Okay, good evening, guys. So, in the previous class, we have seen about the introduction part. Next one is what is meant by computer networks exactly. Okay, so in the computer networking scenario, there are three underlying pre-assumptions are there. So that is how the network consists of members. First one is network must consist of members, that is the first assumption. Second one is members must be connected to each other in some manner, in whatever it may be. Members has to be connected to each other, then only data transfer can be done. And the third one is all the members in a network, they should understand the language that is communicated by each other. So that means effective communication must be taken place. So based on that three pre-assumptions, they have classified that what are the computer connected entities of a network. Okay, what are the connected entities of a network? So what are called as connected entities of a network? So those can be any, it can be a computer, or it can be a device, or it can be a laptop, or it can be a smartphone. Any connected entities can be treated as a devices. Okay, devices or nodes or entities, anything we can treat it. And the link, second one is they should be connected to each other, right? So how the two different computers can be connected to each other? So we should have some physical medium or link should be there. Okay, so with the help of the links only the two computers can be connected to each other. Okay, we need some network medium to have the communication. It can be anything, it can be the wired media or it can be the wireless media. So any of the network medium we can use for connecting the, for interconnecting the two networking devices. And the third one is how the whatever the rules that have been framed by the networking governing bodies, it has to be exchanged between the devices and they have to follow some common network protocols. Okay, so based on these three pre-assumptions they have defined the computer network. Okay, so what is that computer network here? A computer network is a collection of computers or other devices which will follows some common protocols. Okay, and they will share the resources with each other. So based on these three pre-assumptions we have given some exact definition. Okay, so next one is what is meant by a network member. Okay, network members, what is meant by network members? We told already that any devices or nodes or any host can be treated as a network members. Okay, each and every device we are trying to represent in the form of an entity. Okay, what is meant by entity here? So each and every terminal, or it can be a printer, or it can be a computer, or it can be any network related hardware units also we can treat it. All these things can be treated as a devices. Okay, it can be communication servers, repeaters, bridges, switches, routers, anything can be considered as a devices here. Okay, and next one is two types of devices are there, that is the local device and as well as local device or receiving device, local device or remote devices. So local device can also be called as sending device, whereas remote device is also called as receiving device. Okay, that means the origination from where we are trying to send our data is called as local device or sending device. And remote device means at some particular, at some different locations our systems may be lying, but still we should be in a position to access the data that is sent by the sender. Okay, such type of devices are called as remote devices or receiving devices. Remote devices or receiving devices. Okay, and how each and every device can be uniquely identified. How each and every device can be uniquely identified? We are having one address will be there during the manufacturing time itself. They will give some specific and unique address to us. So with the help of that unique address we can identify our individual computers. Okay, that is called as MAC address, that is the medium access control address. Okay, so which is generated by all the networking authorities. While developing the systems itself they will develop, along with that we will they will send our devices to us. Okay, and next one is that is about the network devices. And next one, what is the second one? For any communication I told you that we need the network media and communication protocols, right? So to have the communication we need the physical medium. So what is that physical medium? That means connectivity should be there between any two devices. Okay, so we need the connectivity, and as well as we need the language for having the effective communication between the two devices. And this particular language, it has to be followed by all the networking members also. Okay, and media, if you come to media here, the physical environment which is used to connect the members of a network is referred to as the medium. Okay, is referred to as the media. And two types of media are there, two categories are there generally, that is using cables and using wireless devices. Okay, using cables means it can also be treated as guided media. Okay, and one more thing is unguided media or wireless networking is also there. So in the guided media, we can use the different types of coaxial cables or twisted pairs or optical fibers. Any three different types of cabling can be used. In the case of wireless devices, we can use the radio waves, microwaves, and as well as infrared rays. Any of these wireless networking devices can be used here. So this is about the networking thing. That means if you want to have a connectivity, we can use the any different types of all these things to have the interconnection between the devices. And next one is the protocol here. What is meant by protocol here? Okay, what is meant by a protocol? Okay, the language that is used by all the network members is called as network communication protocol. Okay, so protocols that which we are going to frame, it will facilitate the understanding of communication. Okay, so we are trying to generate some set of rules or procedures or some formal specifications which has to be followed by all the networking members. Okay, and suppose if you go to some restaurants and all, the way in which they will welcome us, it will be different from one restaurant to the other restaurant. Okay, some people, they will welcome us with some tie, coat. Okay, good morning, good evening, salutation will be there, greetings will be there. So like that they will welcome us. Okay, that is the protocol that is followed by that restaurant. Okay, there is no need that all the restaurants has to be followed the same protocols. That is the, it will varies from one restaurant to the other restaurant. So in the same way, suppose if we go for, if you want to invite any Queen of England and all, what we will do generally, we will invite us, we will prepare a number of dishes, we will welcome her. Okay, we will treat her very nicely. But if the same thing has to be, the protocols will be different. We will not use the same protocols that will be followed for welcoming a normal person and as well as for welcoming a Queen of England. Okay, so the protocols, it will be different for one person to the another person also. In the same way here, networking protocols, it will defines the some data integrity should be there, and as well as while transmitting our data also, we need to maintain some security, all these things, and we need to have some vocabulary and language, it has to be followed by all the networking people. Okay, and summarizing this concept, they gave the things like without a link we can't share the any of the information. Okay, and without the members we can't be achieved anything, and without a specified language also communication cannot be achieved. Okay, that means both are interdependent on one another, connectivity and language. Okay, we need the connectivity to have connection between the two things, and if you want to understand the language, we should need the common vocabulary between the two networking devices. So that is about the network protocols and all. So, and again one more thing is some of the examples of the protocols they have defined here, that is TCP/IP. So if you go for TCP/IP, this is nothing but a TCP/IP transmission control protocol, internetworking protocol. So where this has been defined for the connection oriented networks only. Okay, and for the connectionless networks, we are having the user datagram protocol is there, and we are having HTTP hypertext transfer protocol is there, World Wide Web file transfer protocol, simple mail transfer protocol, SMTP IMAP protocol is there, POP3. So like that, 10 number of different types of protocols they have been designed. So where we have to follow all these things while sending or receiving the data. Okay, so this is the second topic in the unit 2. So better listen, have a listen, and we will go for the next topic in the next class. Thank you one and all.